right. So in today's lesson, we're going to be looking at really how to transition into a song so that the congregation can sing along during your shout. All right. This is lesson 3 of a 5-part series. In the first lesson, we looked at the simple walk up, but we did it in A flat. In today's lesson, we're actually going to look at everything in the key of E flat. And this key was requested by one of our viewers on TikTok. So hey, if you want the key that you prefer to be featured in the next lesson, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Who knows, maybe I'll pick your key. All right, so let's start out. The scale for E flat is, all right, one thing to note is it's good to know things like the blues scale, right? So that you can do runs during the shout. Most of what you will hear is based on the minor blues scale. All right. Okay, so let's jump right in. All right. So first, I started with the walk up, and we covered this in lesson 1. All right. So I won't take the time now to break it down in detail. So if you want to learn that walk up in other keys, go ahead and check out lesson 1 of this series. All right. And then we went into our drive, right? And that drive could have been anything. It could have been, right? All right. I looked at some drive that we can do, so you can check out lesson 2 for that, where we drive and we transition. In today's lesson, we're looking primarily on how to transition into a song. So in this sample that I did, I used "To God Be the Glory." So be the glory, to God be the glory. And then we did that and go to a little, I guess you can call it a drive in that section. So let's look at this. We did "To God." You can do the melody line, "To God." All right, and then we're going to go to the third. Okay, so this is a G7 sharp 5. All right, because this is G, and I'm going to raise the 5. All right, like that. And then we went to the 4, but in my right, I'm going to hold the 5 chord. So this is B flat major. In my right, in my left, I'm playing A flat. All right, before resolving on A flat. And then I walk down to the 2, just using 7ths, so chromatically. All right, so let's do that again. All right, or you could have just used the notes and then go to that F sus4. Be the glory. Then to the 5, glory, right? And then we're going to go back. So after resolving on the 5, we're going to go back to the 3rd. This time we're going to do a sus4. And then I resolve to the major, right? So here, before going to the 6th, we're going to do a diminished movement. So going to walk to that G diminished. Okay, so so we're going from D diminished to F sharp diminished 7 to F diminished 7, E flat, D diminished 7 to just the inversion of that. So I have in the top from D to F, and then C minor 7. And then we go to the 4. All right. So and on the 4, it's if you're looking at it from this perspective, it would be an F diminished. All right. But the bass player would be playing the 4. Right. All right. And then you're going to do. But what I did was. Alright, let's do that again on the 3rd, or you can just play the regular E flat to the 4, which is a flat 7. Take that up a semitone to a diminished 7, and then on the 5 I'm going back to E flat with my right hand, but with my left hand I'm playing B flat, so it sounds like this, right? And then we're simply going to go to the diminished, which is if you look at this, it's B diminished, right? To C. All right, so we have all right, and in between that I'm doing the shuffle. All right, so in context it sounds like this: 2 3 2 3 4, walk down to the 2, 5, resolve 3, see that, and then 4. And I mean, you can do a lot more with it. You can do a lot more fancy things with it. But the key here is to learn the big picture. What is the movement that makes the song what it is? In this case, it's 1 to the 3, right? To the 4. Well, on the 4, you're going to use the 5 in your right. On the glory, right? And then to God, you're going to go to the 2. Be the glory to the 5, and then go back to the 3. All right. To the 6, and then to the 4. All right, and then 3 4 sharp 4 5 sharp 5 6. All right, and there you have it. That's how you can go from your drive into a song. The most important thing here is communication. You have to be communicating. It's either you come to a consensus before you do any of this stuff with the person who is leading, all right? But never just assume that a person knows exactly what to do, especially when you're just introducing this type of music to your team. Make sure that everyone is on the same page, all right? If you're playing with people who are experienced, it may be cool. You guys would even improvise on spot, but it's super important that everyone is clear as to where you're going and what you're doing. All right. I know that a few people wanted me to do some more movements that you can do for the drive or patterns. So we did this one. Alright, it's all about rhythm, so you have to count pa. If you can say it with your mouth, it will be good for you. Alright, pa pa da da da, pa pa da da pa, pa pa da da pa, pa pa dam pa, pa pa da da pa, pa pa dam pa. Alright, and then another one that you can do, pa da 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 pa, pa 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 da 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 boom pa, pa pa dum boom, pa da 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 boom pa, pa pa dum boom, pa da 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 boom pa, pa pa bum bum. And of course you would do these in real time, right? And then another one you can do is, alright, so you're going to do this every time. Alright. Also, the diminish movement. Diminished chords are going to be a necessity when you're playing shout, right? So we have pa 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 pa. So we have moving from A diminished seventh to a 5 tonality kind of chord. So in my left I have B flat major, all right? And in my right, I have E flat major. Alright? So I'm simply, alright? So, see that? Now you just do that in tempo. And if you can manage to shuffle after each one, then hey, you're a step ahead of the game, alright? Alright, so keep practicing that, and in the next lesson we're going to cover maybe a song that uses a shout tempo. Alright, I think that one's going to be fun. Alright, so see you in the next video. Remember, it's not about being the best in a day, it's becoming better every time you play. Alright, so if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Like the video, that will help the algorithm to push this to the people who, you know, would benefit from it. So if you want to support the channel, leave a like, subscribe, tell a friend. Have a wonderful one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.